It is coming back. Thor's hammer has been handed to a woman. Superman is going to step into Geralt's shoes as the Witcher, and Orlando Bloom has teamed up with Cara Delevingne to create a new fantasy world in Carnival Row. Hi, I'm Dylan, and here's the latest Awesome Movies wrap-up. For 27 years, I dreamed of you. I craved you. I missed you, says Pennywise in the brand new trailer for the sequel to It. And though only 2 years have passed for the fans, we feel just like Pennywise in our craving for a new chapter to the story. It feels like a decade since we last saw The Losers Club. Set 27 years after the first movie, we'll get to see a brand new cast of grown-up protagonists battling with the shape-shifting cosmic terror. I'll give you one special detail about the movie directly from Jessica Chastain. Jessica has revealed that one scene might have the most blood in horror movie history. And if that alone doesn't thrill you, remember that none other than Stephen King himself has called the movie terrific on his Twitter. Prepare for scares soon, as the film arrives on September 6th. And now on to an entirely different cosmic existential terror. Here's some crazy news for fans of Rick and Morty. The first teaser from Season 4 is out, introducing the latest bizarre addition to the diverse cast of characters, Gluty. Voiced by Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi, this purple fella already has his own Funko Pop action figure. Taika also co-wrote and co-directed the hilarious What We Do in the Shadows, both the vampiric film feature and the latest TV show. Whether all this means that Gluty is going to be a regular recurring sight on our screens, or just a typical one-off Rick and Morty gag, we'll have to have a little patience and wait for new episodes in November. What next? Well, how's about the fact that Tom Cruise is up in the air once again with the surprise sequel to 1986's Top Gun? Cruise presented a new trailer for the follow-up film during a Comic-Con panel. We'll get to see Cruise return to the role of Maverick, and if the crazy cockpit-mounted shots we've seen are to be believed, then the movie megastar will actually fly the jet himself. After flying a chopper for real in the Mission Impossible franchise, it's hard to believe Cruise wouldn't jump at the chance to go supersonic. Tom has called the sequel a love letter to aviation, and while the movie's not due until next summer, the anticipation levels are already way above the hard deck. Meanwhile, Carnival Row presents us with a whole new mythical world, following a human and a fairy caught in a political battle between people and magic creatures. 2 trailers of the upcoming fantasy series were shown at San Diego, with the videos introducing us to the show's 2 main characters, Vignette and Philo, as well as the fantastical alternate Victorian world that they inhabit. The series will depict a population oppressed by a brutal regime of racism and bigotry. But with Orlando Bloom and Cara Delevingne there to struggle against it, there's hope for justice. Could this be just as phenomenal as Game of Thrones? We'll know for sure when the series premieres this August. In other news, the director of the first Deadpool film is reuniting Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton in a welcome return to the world of Terminator. It even looks like Edward Furlong will be back as the savior of humanity, John Connor. What made Linda Hamilton come back to the Terminator franchise? Any jokes about financial incentives aside, Hamilton says she was convinced by a very detailed email from James Cameron, which detailed all the pros and cons to doing the upcoming movie. We also know that the latest film, titled Terminator Dark Fate, is being conceived of as a direct sequel to Terminator 2, ignoring the sidetracking of the 3 subsequent sequel films. The film will be R-rated, and it has also been confirmed that Schwarzenegger's T-800 will adopt the name Carl in order to fit into human society. And it's not so long to wait, as Arnie will be back on the silver screen in November 2019. The first images of Netflix's The Witcher are out, and it looks like the show will explore a similar world to that of the video games and Andrzej Sapkowski's original books. However, show boss Lauren S. Hissrich says that she would rather think of the show as an addition to the books, as she wants to give the characters a little more breathing room. In the teaser, we finally get to meet Henry Cavill as the roguish monster hunter Geralt of Rivia. Cavill is reportedly very excited and has committed to do a lot of his own stunts as the main lead in the series. Where'd this gung-ho attitude to dangerous stunts come from? Apparently, we may have Tom Cruise to thank, as Cavill caught the stunt work bug on the set of Mission Impossible Fallout. We can't wait to see the first few episodes, anticipated for release this fall. In the meantime, HBO promises to devote millions to their Dark Materials TV series. In case you needed a reminder, the rather forgettable 2007 film version of The Golden Compass, featuring Nicole Kidman, flopped at the box office. But HBO have already proven time and time again that they know how to raise millions from book adaptations. So this time, his dark materials will get the attention and budget it deserves. And there's every chance that this fantasy world, where human souls take the form of animals, will be a smashing success. While we're on the subject of reboots, it's time to talk about Jay and Silent Bob. Kevin Smith debuted some clips of his forthcoming comedy, and it already promises to be as full of meta jokes and nerdery as the duo's previous outings. The difference? This time, we'll get a much more personal tale of what it's like to become a father, no doubt inspired by Smith's own journey with his daughter, Harley Quinn. However, since Smith has often heard jokes about how his daughter looks more like Jason J. Mewes, Harley will actually feature in this latest installment of You Askew-niverse as Jay's on-screen daughter. We're going to get to see a lot of familiar faces, including Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Prepare yourself for the premiere, coming this October. Even with Les Miserables director Tom Hooper at the helm and an all-star cast, Broadway fans are howling at the big screen adaptation of the musical Cats. The cast includes celebrity megastars like Oscar winner Jennifer Hudson, pop star Taylor Swift, Sir Ian McKellen, James Corden, and Dame Judi Dench. Following the reveal of the first trailer, though, many fans took to Twitter and the internet to express their disapproval of the special effects on display, turning these beloved actors into unsettling human-cat hybrids. Many found the CGI used to render these jealous-eyed cats too uncanny. A spate of these problems has plagued Hollywood productions recently, with productions like Sonic the Hedgehog and the remake of Lion King receiving negative reviews specifically due to their CGI facial effects. Many found the depiction of the cats to be troubling, with Twitter users describing them as cursed and like a Doctor Who episode from 2005. What's more, the humanoid cats in the remake will be the size of real-life cats. The decision to do away with the kinds of costumes featured in the original musical has left many people perplexed. The new film adaptation of Cats will hit cinemas in time for Christmas, and no matter what your opinion is about the special effects, we know that it'll promise to be a spectacle, for good or for ill. And in case you're still not satisfied after all those announcements, audiences were treated to one surprise after another from Marvel Studios. As many as 10 new projects from Marvel's Phase 4 will be released between 2020 and 2021. Here are the highlights. There will be a Black Widow film set between the events of Captain America: Civil War and Avengers: Infinity War. So, yes, the rumors were true. We'll finally get to know what happened to Black Widow and Hawkeye in Budapest.
Just like Budapest all over again!
You and I remember Budapest very differently.
According to reports, we'll also see Natasha dealing with the Taskmaster, a long-time but as yet unseen villain from Marvel comic books. Apart from Black Widow, we'll see Benedict Cumberbatch return in a film with a very Lovecraftian title, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And we're about to see a very surprising turn of events for Thor. Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor, state the sagas. But what if it isn't a he? Well, it turns out that it makes no difference to Mjolnir. Natalie Portman isn't just back for Taika Waititi's Thor: Love and Thunder as Thor's former love interest, Dr. Jane Foster. She'll actually appear as Thor. No worries for all you Hemsworth fans, though, as Chris is also returning, so it should be a lot of fun to see the two of them together. Many new heroes were presented for the first time at Comic-Con, too. We'll soon get to officially meet the Eternals, a team of superhumans led by Angelina Jolie. And the first Asian-led Marvel story, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, will bring everyone up to date about the master of Kung Fu. In addition, the vampire hunter Blade is back, and he's brought to the screen by no less than the star of Moonlight and Green Book, Mahershala Ali. Plus, we'll be getting a lot of new TV shows. Apart from established Falcon and the Winter Soldier series of adventures, we'll also see series about Hawkeye and even the misadventures of everyone's favorite trickster god, Loki. And there's more! Disney Plus has promised a multiverse-flavored series that will adapt Marvel's wildly popular alternate what-if stories, which will showcase the experimental ideas that explore odd questions about how situations in the Marvel Universe might have worked out differently. Like, what if it was Loki who found Thor's hammer? And finally, at long last, Patrick Stewart presented a full trailer for the new series revisiting our favorite captain from the 24th century, Star Trek, Picard. The events of the series will unfold 20 years after the end of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and will explore how Picard has changed in the ensuing decades. The show's creators have hinted that there are circumstances which cause the beloved Starfleet admiral to question his life decisions. Sounds mysterious, doesn't it? Beyond that, details are sketchy, but we'll be sure to keep you up to date as more info emerges about this exciting new direction for the Star Trek universe. What are you excited about the most? Share with us in the comments below. And as always, thanks for being awesome!